Hello and welcome to Redirect Yourself here on YouTube, my channel. I'm Donna and I welcome any new subscribers. Please, if you enjoy this video, if it helps you in some way, I ask that you go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe. And welcome back if you've been here before and you're one of my subscribers. I'm so glad that you made it back to watch another one of my videos. Today I'm going to talk about ambient abuse. It comes up a lot in therapy with clients of mine, and I've seen more and more of it, it seems, in the past couple of years. So, it made me think that perhaps, considering that none of the people who have presented as having been in an abusive relationship that utilized ambient abuse, really seemed to be aware that that's exactly what was going on. And the reason for this is that, the abuse, the reason it's called ambient abuse is that it's a tone, it's a sort of atmosphere, if you will, that pervades the relationship. So what do I mean by that? If you feel in your relationship with either a good friend, a coworker, a boss, a parent, a sibling, and especially romantic relationships, they seem to be more in romantic relationship, in the romantic realm than others. But of course, there is no exclusion to what kind of a relationship manipulators will get into and utilize ambient abuse. So how do you know? If you feel like you're walking on eggshells, that is the common descriptor in the relationship, that you are consistently worried about what the other person is going to do, say, and react in certain ways, that you are fearful and attempt to do, if you refer back to my previous video about the hula hoop, you attempt to control your own actions, words, thoughts, things like that, to control the abusers or the other party, the manipulators, hula hoop. So what that means is, right, I don't say certain things, I don't speak my mind, I don't stick up for myself, or I might agree to do and say and go places that I really don't want to for fear of retribution from the abuser. Okay, so besides feeling like you're on eggshells, there is also this other thing that you might notice, which is a feeling of confusion. When you and the other person, i.e. the abuser, have conversations, they seem to end up where you're the one at fault. You're the one to blame, even if it's you that initiates the conversation. It ends up being you who appears to be the one who has the problem. And that confuses you, because if you initiate a conversation where you are attempting to establish boundaries or discuss a problem within the relationship, and it ends up turning out where you're at fault and the issue isn't discussed or resolved, that is another hallmark of these kinds of relationships. So the reason that this happens is because it is a covert, secretive kind of psychological abuse, whereby, the ambient abuser may act as if they are actually altruistic, that they have the same goals as you and or positive, beneficial, benevolent goals, when in reality this is a cover, where they must have identified you as someone who has something that they want. And, most of us, especially those of us who are healthy, don't think in terms of what can I get out of this person when we enter into relationships, no matter what kind they are. But that is not true of abusers. They are always looking for how they can exploit the relationships that they're in order to get their needs met. So nobody wants to think this way about other people, or that there are people who will engage in relationships just for the purpose of manipulation and to get what they want from you. But indeed, I'm here to break it to you, if you didn't already know that, those people do exist. And unfortunately, you, by being a person who may have lots of compassion and empathy for others, perhaps you have other resources as well that would be of use to the abuser or the person in your life that you came to this video for, who you were concerned about the way you feel around them, which is a general feeling of dis-ease, discomfort, uncomfortable, confused, uncertain. These are hallmarks of the type of atmosphere of a abusive relationship. Ultimately, you are going to believe that they are fundamentally good, right? You are going to question yourself if they tell you that you don't remember things correctly, or that you don't remember conversations correctly, or that they didn't say what you know they said, or that they didn't promise what you know that they promised. This is done because they know that you have compassion and empathy. They know that you give people the benefit of the doubt and that you have a belief that people are inherently good. Trust me, I used to have the same belief until I myself was in one of these kinds of relationships. Actually, more than one. But what I came to learn is that if I believe in myself, if I know that what I see and what I hear and my interpretations that I make based on what I see and hear are things I can count on, then a person cannot use my compassion, my empathy against me. And I want you to realize that when you got into the relationship with the person you came here about, they noticed all these positive, good qualities in you, and that's why they chose you. Does it mean that there aren't any real feelings? In general, what it means is whether or not there are real feelings, whether or not the person really cares about you, they're exploiting you. And they wouldn't put you in an atmosphere that feels so confusing and so exhausting and so difficult if they truly cared about you. I'm going to do some more videos on this, but I like to keep them short and sweet. And for the purposes of this video, I wanted you to understand that it's an insidious form of psychological abuse, and it is covert, and it often takes a while before the victim even realizes that they have engaged in this type of relationship. I hope this helps you. Please leave some comments. I haven't been able to get to them very much, but please do leave comments. And if you have questions about this video or want further details on particular parts of it, let me know. In the meantime, I hope you like this video. I hope that you subscribe to the channel. And more than anything, I hope you come back, because perhaps there's something here to help you. Make it a great day, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for stopping by.